Thank you very much. Have a seat. Great. Thank you very much. Right? Sit right there. I have everybody except for Lori Lopez. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. That's very nice. My name is Connor Moran. I think I know everyone here, but I am the director of Madison Public Library Foundation. I could not be more delighted, honored, pleased, any number of adjectives, to welcome all of you here today for the groundbreaking on the Imagination Center at Rindall Park. I could stand here for an hour and thank all the people whose time, energy, money, volunteering, interest, thought have gone into building this project. But I have other people who want to speak, so I'm not going to do that. For my part, the foundation has been involved in the private campaign to put this library together. We serve to improve, promote, and support Madison Public Library. And as the stakeholder, we couldn't be more delighted with where this project has landed and all the support we feel and enthusiasm from all of you. Thank you so much. I will be emceeing today's event, and it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway.
Thank you, Connor. Thank you all so much for being here. It is great to see so many faces and so many people that are excited about libraries. There's a lot to be excited about. Some of you will have heard this from me before because I tell it at the library staff day every year. But I'm a library kid. I grew up in libraries. I'm an unrepentant bookworm. I used to spend summers in Princeton, New Jersey, where my dad was in grad school, and the beginning of the week we would go to the library and I would check out the full-on stack of books. You know, they had one of those competitions where you could read a certain number of books and you get some prize at the end of the summer. Yeah, I did it 3 times over. So I love libraries. And I believe that every kid should have that opportunity, right? To be the kid that goes to their local library and checks out a big old stack of books and reads through them as fast as they want, and then can come back and check out more. And not just that, but can be in a library to learn, to play, to connect, to do all of the things that our libraries do. So I am very, very excited that this project, which has been far too many years in the making is finally breaking ground. And I also, yes, give that one a round of applause too. Like Connor, there are many people that I would like to thank. I'm actually going to thank some of them because it really has taken a huge effort from a lot of people to get to today. And of course, it's still going to take a huge effort from the folks that are actually building the thing going forward. But it does feel a little more like, yeah, we really reached a milestone here. So I want to thank the foundation. First of all, Connor, thank you for your support for this project. I want to especially thank the Department of Administration. You'll hear from Secretary Blumenfeld in a minute for their support. And of course, I want to thank our great governor, Governor Evers, for his support of kids and education and libraries in particular. I also want to thank the Madison Common Council, perhaps quorum of whom are here today, for their support, their unwavering support of this project. It has been before the council many times, and they have consistently kept it in the budget and supported getting to where we are today. So thank you, all of you. Thank you in particular, Alder Matthews and Alder Madison. And I do also want to thank, I'll call him former Alder Balde, who put a lot of time and energy into this project and to engaging with his constituents and keeping the dream alive of having an Imagination Center here in this district. This part of town, the greater Sandburg area, is one of the fastest growing parts of Madison. And as Alder Madison tells me frequently, we need to expand services to meet the need of all of the growth in this neighborhood. And she is absolutely right. And this project, combining library and park services into one building, is just one example of how we can meet those needs and expand services by partnering not just across city agencies, but with the neighborhood, with stakeholders like the foundation, and I hope with many, many other stakeholders to come who will see this building as a place for the community, not just a library, not just parks, but a third space for our community that invites collaboration and invites many, many people in to provide the kinds of things that this neighborhood and all of our neighborhoods need and deserve. So I am excited for what will grow here. Again, not just a building, but a space for the entire community. This project has taken a lot of folks from Team City to make it come to fruition, in addition to, of course, the fine folks at Library and at Parks. It takes a lot of different city agencies to build a new city facility, and that includes engineering, particularly our facilities folks, our IT folks. They always remind me that you can't connect a city building without the appropriate infrastructure. It takes our folks from fire to make sure that everything's safe, and building inspection, and the water utility, our finance department, human resources, the attorney's office, to make sure all of the I's are dotted and all of the T's are crossed, and others across the city. And I want to thank each and every one of the staff that worked on it. It is Public Employee Appreciation Week, so I want to publicly appreciate our public employees that worked on this project. I know there are folks from other levels of government here as well, and I want to say thank you all the way up and down the chain for the support that this project has garnered in our community. I am really looking forward to working not just with the council, but across multiple levels of government and again across multiple sectors to make sure that this building, once built, is adequately staffed and resourced and is a true place for collaboration and partnership, and is a centerpiece of the presence of the city here on the east side. And that is what it's designed to do. It's designed to welcome people and to create community and to provide opportunity for everyone. And so thank you all again. Congratulations to the library on 150 years. I think this is an excellent capstone project for those 150 years, and I look forward to what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Rhodes Conway. It is an exceptional day. I do come from the library background, but citing this here in this park, we get this beautiful super bloom of dandelions. And we're going to see that from right here. You're standing right in where the library portion will be, and the park pavilion will be just here to your right. I want to introduce Secretary Kathy Blumenfeld from the Wisconsin Department of Administration. They have been essential in the Flexible Facilities Program portion of getting this project built. Secretary.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor Rhodes Conway, Connor, Tana, and everyone here from the Public Library Foundation and the community for the opportunity to join you on this exciting day. On behalf of Governor Evers and the Department of Administration, I'm thrilled to be celebrating the groundbreaking of the Imagination Center at Rindle Park. Woo! Just in October, we joined together to celebrate the launch of the $115 million Flexible Facilities Program and the announcement of the $4.25 million grant for this amazing project. I don't need to tell you how important libraries are or how they provide the connective tissue to ensure that our most vulnerable residents have access to critical resources. Governor Evers has always said, what's best for our kids is best for our state, which is why he announced 2025 to be the Year of the Kid. Woo! And has called for numerous supports for kids and families in his budget, the most pro-kid budget in the state's history. And the wonderful new library space here, supported by the Flexible Facilities Grant, will support kids and families and an estimated 19,000 Madison residents, with meeting rooms and classrooms, quiet reading space, and family space. I'm sure that many community members will also appreciate the workstations and laptops they'll be able to use for work, for study, for telehealth, and other needs. Every Wisconsinite should have access to reliable and affordable high-speed internet, and our investments with this grant will help build upon the state's work to close the digital divide in our neighborhoods and communities. This facility will remove barriers and expand our vital broadband and community services to this fast-growing area. And it is going to make a significant difference, a positive impact. And I'm honored to be in such great company here with all of you today. So thank you to everyone who was instrumental in making this happen. And let's go. I can't wait to see it happen. Take care.
I love the enthusiasm at all levels of this project. Speaking of someone who has incredible enthusiasm for libraries, I'm going to welcome Tana Elias, Director of Madison Public Library, to the podium.
Thank you all so much for being here today. I cannot express in words how excited I am to be at this point in the project and in this park and with you all in community to see the next steps on this project. Madison Public Library, as you heard, is celebrating 150 years of library service during the month of May with the theme of celebrating the past, inspiring the future. As I've learned more about the library's history, I've developed an appreciation of what it takes to build a new library, as well as an appreciation of how the library system and the city have grown and changed over the last 150 years. From 2 rooms full of books in the old City Hall in 1875, to 9 libraries, a dream bus, and now this 10th library on the way, Madison's libraries have adapted to the changing needs of generations of Madisonians. From my first day as director, I heard the East Side residents and community partners who told me how important a library would be to their community. They were inspired by a future where they would have the resources to succeed in their education or their career. They were inspired by a future where people in their neighborhood would have a safe and welcoming place to meet and gather with others or study independently. They were inspired by a future with free internet access and basic business services. They were inspired by a future in which there was a convenient place in their neighborhood where they could go to participate in the civic life of the city. And they were inspired by the innovative idea of all of these happening in a park, connecting them to wellness opportunities, nature, and green spaces. I am so excited to put our shovels in the dirt today and take the next step to make that vision a reality for this community. I'd like to end my remarks with some thank yous, and there will be a fair number, so please hold your applause till the end. To Mayor Rhodes Conway, thank you so much for your support of this project and for your support of libraries in our city. To our Madison Public Library Foundation, particularly Connor Moran and Aaron Woodard, thank you for all that you do to raise private funds and awareness of our libraries. To Secretary Blumenfeld and the Department of Administration, thank you for your leadership in supporting libraries across the state. To former Director Greg Michaels, let's take a break and have a round of applause for Greg. One exception to the applause rule. Thank you so much for your initial vision of seeing a library in a park and for moving it through the long process to make a neighborhood dream a reality. And this reality is what we're experiencing today. To Brent and Brian and Jim and CJ and Eric from City Engineering and Madison Parks, thank you for answering all of my questions, big and small, and bringing a new director up to speed on the project and the complicated city processes that they entail. Thank you to the amazing and hardworking Madison Public Library staff, past and present. If you're here, please stand up today. Come on. Those are just a few folks who worked on or will work on the Imagination Center project from start to finish. Thank you for engaging the community around the project, for figuring out all the picky but important details, and thank you in advance for all the work that you'll be doing in the next 18 months to make this a reality. To our library board members, library partners, and community supporters, thank you for your vision and your partnership. And finally, to Alder Madison, who we'll be hearing from shortly, thank you for your unceasing advocacy on behalf of this project and your constituents. And thank you also to the other council members here today, past and present, for supporting this project. I can't wait for September 2026, when we all walk through the doors of our new library and park pavilion together.
We've heard the word library a number of times, but really the reason that we're standing where we are today is because we're reimagining what city services can look like by siting a city building in a park. The Parks Department has been absolutely essential throughout this whole process, teaching us how people will actually use a space that's in a park as opposed to how they might use a library that's in a different space. Telling us that it's going to be fine when we need snow removal, telling us that we can put furniture anywhere we need to and people will move it around. These are things we don't do at libraries. So it has been really wonderful to work with another city agency and throw open the doors to other city agencies who might want to host events here. But having a park pavilion next to this library is really going to expand what we're able to do for the community. And I want to welcome CJ Ryan from the Parks Department to speak.
Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm CJ. I'm an assistant park superintendent, and I'm honored to be here really on behalf of our park superintendent, Eric, who is on assignment over at Metro, and our interim park superintendent, Lisa, who couldn't be here. But we are all happy to be here because we know our vision in Madison Parks is to provide an ideal system of parks, natural resources, and recreational opportunities that enhance the quality of life for everyone in our community. With over 285 parks across the city, we are very proud that Rheindal Park is a vital part of that vision since its establishment in 1967. Historically, this land was agricultural property that was owned by Amond K. Rheindal, a dedicated public servant who served as the Register of Deeds for Dane County from 1899 to 1903. So he generously donated the land to the town of Burke when he passed away in 1946, and over time, that land became part of the city of Madison and was officially dedicated as a park. So today, Rheindal Park offers a wide range of amenities, which is fantastic because we have the space to do it. We have soccer fields, we have a cricket pitch, we have tennis and pickleball courts, we have a splash pad, we have lots of natural areas to walk through with paths. We have a playground that after this project is done, we will be updating to a new playground. It has something for everyone at this park. And in addition to that, we are now entering a new chapter where we will have the addition of a year-round reservable pavilion and shelter with a library. And we are so delighted to be partnering with the library because we share the belief that connecting people to nature and connecting people to each other is what strengthens our community. This new facility will be a valuable resource for the community, providing space for learning, for gathering, for recreating, a wise and thoughtful investment in both the park and its users. Including the reservable pavilion in the same building with the library ensures year-round space for family gatherings, of which in parks we don't have a ton, so this is going to be a great addition to our system. But also for the library and community partners to provide recreational and educational programming in those off times when it isn't being used for family gatherings and events. The future really reflects what we believe, is that positive activity makes for a well-loved and a well-used park. Thank you all for being here. I don't have a long list of thank yous because I knew if I said 100, I would be forgetting somebody. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your contributions to this project. And I'm so glad to be with you here today to celebrate this important milestone. Thank you.
I want to take a moment. My role in this is one of private fundraising. I want to recognize a number of the people. Our campaign cabinet is here today, but the first people who got involved with the private campaign were our honorary co-chairs, Lau and B. Christensen. You can see them in the blue hats right over here. The first conversation we had, I think I'd been director for 5 days, and we met and I talked to him about this project, and Lau asked me a great question. He said, why us? Why should we be involved? Where are the library leaders from this community? And it allowed me to say, we don't know yet. We're going to find them once we build them a library. But this library and parks are promises we make to our community. Safe places people can be, safe places people can go to get out of the hot or the cold, to get resources, to take care of the least among us. might have resonated more with B than it did with Lau, but either way, they're sitting here today, and we've gathered a number of other committee members. If you'd raise your hands as well, I just want to give them a round of applause for their input. And of course, all of their support. We wouldn't be able to do this project without our partners at Corporate Contractors, Inc. The Director of Business and Workforce Development, Heather Dobson, is here to talk about how they're actually going to build this project. Heather.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's an incredible honor to be here on behalf of Corporate Contractors as the selected general contractor for the Imagination Center at Rydell Park. We want to start by thanking the City of Madison, the Madison Public Library Foundation, Madison Parks, and all the community leaders and partners who've come together to make this visionary project a reality. CCI has been around as a leading contractor for over 40 years, based in Beloit, Wisconsin. We're proud to have done several libraries and community buildings throughout South Central and Southeastern Wisconsin. As builders, CCI doesn't just pour concrete and raise steel. We build the foundations of connection and opportunity. We understand how important this space is to Madison. It's been shaped by hundreds of voices, neighbors, families, young people, and our job is to honor that trust by delivering a facility that meets the high hopes of this community. CCI is thrilled to be working with our friends at the City of Madison, JLA, and Grafe, as well as forming relationships with Psyche Design and Interior Logic. We're pleased to announce that we had an amazing response from subcontractors and have been able to select partners that will exceed the city's goal of participation by targeted business enterprises, which includes small, minority, and women-owned companies, as well as numerous subcontractors and vendors from the greater Madison area who are invested in this community. Together, the CCI team will build a space that reflects the vibrant city and serve as a cornerstone for the community for years to come. We're committed to using innovative and sustainable business practices to ensure that the Imagination Center is not only functional and energy efficient, but also a beautiful addition to the community. On behalf of the entire CCI team, we can't express how excited we are to begin construction. We're committed to working safely, efficiently, and with the same spirit of collaboration that brought this project to life. To the community, thank you for your vision. To our partners, thank you for your trust. And to the future generations who will learn, read, and dream here, we can't wait to build this for you. Let's get to work.
Well, for the majority of the time in this project up till today, the building has just existed as renderings or drawings or ideas that we throw out, and then we ask someone from JLA Architects to make it look like it could actually look. We're going to hear from Senior Project Manager Jennifer Camp from JLA Architects.
Thank you, Connor. Back in 2020, our design team put together the proposal for the Imagination Center at Rydell Park, Madison's first new public library in 20 years, set right here in the heart of the park's 90 acres. At the time, it felt like planting a little seed and hoping it would grow. From the start, our teams were united by the mission to make the Imagination Center a true community engine, created with and owned by the people it serves. As an architecture firm, we design many buildings, and once in a while, a project comes along that feels alive, like it has a soul. The Imagination Center is one of those rare places. This is not just a library and not just a park pavilion. It's a stage for stories yet to be written, where every moment becomes a living chapter, where a kid who's never touched a computer might learn to code, where a grandmother will take a special trip with her grandchild to read some books, or where a neighbor who's never spoken might sit side by side at another neighbor at a drum circle or under a shade of a solar tree. Through your voices, your stories, and your dreams, the center was imagined. And now we look forward to working with the general contractor, CCI, to make this dream a reality for everyone. On behalf of our entire team at JLA Architects and our design consultants, Grafe, Psyche, Interior Logic, and Margaret Sullivan Studios, thank you for your trust, your vision, and your fierce love for the city. We're humbled to help build not just a building, but a legacy. So let's break ground on more than a project. Let's break ground on the opportunities. Thank you.
Yesterday, I got a phone call from somebody who has been involved in this project probably from the very beginning, former Alderman Joe Clausius, who tells me that on Greg Michael's first day, which was in 2012, he picked Greg up and he drove him over here and he said, "We need a library over here. Where's it going to go?" Joe would tell you that it's been his idea for much longer than even that to have a library in this community. Unfortunately, Joe's not able to be with us today. But he wants to say to all of you, we did it. So, Joe, he plans to be here in the future. I told him the dirt will still be here this afternoon, and he can come take his own picture with his own shovel. But the story of this has really included so much support from the Common Council, and as many of you have heard and know, one alderperson in particular has been strident in her support of this project, and I'm going to welcome her to the podium. Do you even want me to wait? Yeah. Okay. Alder Sabrina Madison.
By strident, they mean I've harassed. So I'm gonna use my 3 minutes because they cut my 30 to 3. But if all my Common Council colleagues can come on up and stand to maybe to the right or left, you all have figured out. We're all smart people. Common Council colleagues, y'all ain't moving fast enough. And then because Principal Lopez and Julia Matthews will speak right after me. I'm just going to ask you both, Julia and Jeremiah, if you could come. Lori and Jeremiah, if you can come up too. And then Lyle, where are you at? Where's Lyle? There's Lyle. Lyle, please come on up and stand up here, because if no one else believes this is going to happen, I need Lyle to believe it's going to happen. So I'm just going to give a couple bullet points because I want to stay true to my 3 minutes. I'm probably already at 1.5, hopefully. So I do want to just say this project should not have taken as long, but it did. I think this project is a really great example of the Common Council and the mayor's office work. Mayor, too, if you will please come up. I know you're doing video. Maybe you should hand your phone to somebody. But I did invite the mayor to come on up, too. So project is a really great example of city agencies and policymakers working really well together for the greater good of the community. The reason I asked most of them to come up here because they all represent the community. Yes, it's me harassing everyone regularly. I've said Imagination Center no less than 5,000 to 10,000 times, and I'll continue to do that beyond grand opening, because we really need to ensure that our libraries across the city are funded and operating really well. But I could not. Some of my fellow colleagues on Common Council have come out to take tours of my district with me. Some of them are still planning to come out and see how things are going, this next term. But I do just want to shout out Greg. I know you've already got to thank you, but Greg is one of the first people that gave me what nerds really love, which is folders full of information. So I had a ton of information to help me understand this district. And the thing that I saw pretty right straight away is that we had no community center, no library, no senior, no community free meeting space, with the exception of the back of the Hy-Vee, which is not in my district. So I have to meet with my constituents in coffee houses, in their houses, on random corners, and I'm not joking. And so now in a year, next summer, I'll be able to meet with them here in this beautiful space. Definitely it was a 10+ year project. So Lyle, when I ran into Lyle and his mom, Michelle, Lyle told me I had a resource fair in the park, and he was like, "Oh, I hope it's not another 52+ years before he's able to come to the library." So Lyle, it will be next summer, next fall that you'll be able to come back here. So y'all, I need.
For sure.
I need y'all to ensure Lyle is able to come back here, meaning you all are going to continue to advocate, not just myself, you're going to continue to sort of like push my common council colleagues and the mayor there to continue to support not just this space, but spaces across the city. So, y'all with me? All righty. So shout out again to my library board members, because I also sit on library board. Thank you, Mayor, for that appointment. I graciously accept. So library board members, do y'all mind standing up? Because I'm sure some of them probably wanted to block me a couple times after the meeting. And I only say this, I say this because I don't want to say forced, I don't know the other word, but encouraged that we move some of our meetings to Sandburg Elementary. So I'm thankful that Sandburg has been a great partner for us to host some of our meetings there. And the Imagination Center, thanks to my encouragement, is on our agenda, every single agenda going forward. So we will never stop talking about this project until we get to grand opening. And then I'll shift to supporting other libraries across the city, so you won't be rid of me. So it looks like, introducing our newly elected Julia Matthews for District 12, where the library actually sits. It used to be in 17, but through the most recent redistricting, it moved to 12. But y'all, I'm so thankful for her partnership. She's smart. She's also a library nerd, so I have like a really great partner. So I want to introduce Alder Julia Matthews for District 12.
I'm so excited to be here. Sabrina mentioned that I was a library nerd, but I grew up in Madison, and I definitely finished the summer reading program like by the first few weeks of the summer every year, and would very often check out stacks of books that I could not barely even carry out of the library. So I know how important it is for kids to have that experience and to have somewhere to go where they don't have to pay money to be, and they don't have to necessarily be like running around outside, although they'll get to do both here, which is great. And I'm just so excited for this project to be happening. I am the brand new alder for the district, but I definitely was very supportive of this project for at least the past few years, even before the funding was definitely secured, and would come to council often, or, virtually, to give public comment in support of this project. And I also am lucky enough to have a second library in my district, which is the Lakeview Library over on the north side. So I'm going to also be a force for the library, and I'm just so thankful that this project is happening, and so thankful to Sabrina for being just incredible, but for all the work she did for this project. And I'm really just here to support everyone that is already doing the work, like whatever you need. So thank you so much. All right.
All yeses will be great, Alder Matthews. All right, and so I also want to introduce Principal Lori Lopez, but I also want to say I could not have gotten a whole lot accomplished without Principal Lopez's support, because I'm single. I have a 30-year-old son. My kid ain't in school no more. And so it is the Sandburg community that allowed me to really learn the district. And they put me in a room with 3rd through 5th grade girls for a while. And I am forever, I'll just say, I'm a little nervous. I'm forever connected, yes. All right, Principal Lopez from Sandburg Elementary and Jeremiah Covington.
Thank you. So good afternoon. As Alder Madison shared, I'm Lori Lopez. I am the proud principal at Sandburg, and this is Jeremiah Covington. He is our community school resource coordinator, and I really think we're here on behalf of the kids. We are here on behalf of thanking you for investing in our kids. Sandburg is home to about 395 kids, and so just let that sink in for a moment, that over close to 400 kids will have access to this space in our community. We serve kids as little as 4K and as big as 5th grade, and we're just right here on Madison's far east side. We're also a community school, and so we believe in connection with our community. We offer our students full day 4K programming. We have the dual language immersion program. We offer our students a wide variety of clubs. We have after school programming, and we are really highly committed to making sure all of our students are reaching grade level proficiency in math and reading. And having this community center in our community is just going to help us reach our goals. I'm really proud of the beautiful and multicultural community that makes up Sandburg, and our community is also highly invested in our neighborhood community. You will often find Sandburg families and our students active on the east side of our city, and so therefore the Imagination Center just means so much to Sandburg. It will offer us access to furthering our education. It will enhance our opportunities for early literacy. It's going to provide free access to resources and enhance the civic engagement. We're really looking forward. We've already been connecting with the library. We're just really excited to continue to connect with the library to help our students become lifelong learners so that we can ensure that they're college, career, and community ready. So thank you for investing in the kids. I know this library will extend beyond kids, but I'm here on behalf of kids. So thank you.
And before Connor's about to kick me out, but I just want to make sure that you all know the alders' names and district numbers. That's really important to me because we really are one body, even despite how we may not always get along or disagree. We get along. We don't always get along because if someone says no to anything I like, believe me, I'm upset. All right. So District 13, Alder Evers. Tag Evers. And then Alder Jeanette Figueroa Cole, she is our former president of the Common Council, Jeanette Figueroa Cole, District 10. And then you've already met Alder Julia Matthews for 12. And then John Uguer, whose name I can say correctly now, District 19 on the west side. And I appreciate West Siders coming over here because we are the best side of Madison. And my district is the best side of the east side. And then Sean O'Brien, newly elected to represent District 16, also East Sider. Hey, Sean. And then Regina Vitiver blessed us from the west side. She is our new council president, and she represents District 5. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Okay, what happens if I say we only have 5 more speakers? We have no more speakers. I just want to say congratulations. The time is upon us. If all of the stakeholders would join me over here at our mound of dirt, we're going to put some shovels in the dirt and break this ground. Thank you to all of you for being here today. I can't wait to have you back in 16 months to have a gala and celebrate this building. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
And now ready? 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.